The Albert Memorial was made at the height of the empire, and it celebrated colonialism. It celebrated the whole world in one power.
The colonial era actually turned London into what it still is today, a hub city. And so this idea of interchange between cultures actually, you could say, began at this place where all the peoples of the world have left behind their story.
And now, as a kind of a reversal of colonialism, it seems to me now the symbol of the whole world here in this country.
Whether it's a product or a platform that you've built for America or built for Asia or built for Europe, in many respects the UK is the perfect place to launch.
I never had experienced such a globalized classroom. This is where all the worlds meet.
I mean, in the old days we used to say foreign news and domestic news, and now actually it sounds a bit odd if we say foreign news and British news, because the two live off each other. They're almost one and the same.
Globalization, in its good sense, actually you could say began at this place. The idea that cultures come together, react, embed, and get bigger.
There seems to be a common perception, let's not beat around the bush, that the UK's up itself. Nothing could be further from the truth.
You could easily be forgiven for thinking that this astonishing sense of tradition, and heritage and culture doesn't allow for radical innovation and change. But I've seen something quite different. In fact, the longer I've been here, the more I see it.
British society is quite traditional in many ways, but it's also a step forward in many other ways. So, for example, for energy efficiency and housing and sustainable architecture, it's a step ahead of everyone.
I think Britain has a long history of innovation and testing and going out and searching for new things. Anything that really has to do with exploration and innovation, that culture is really developed here.
Britain has contributed to medical science and practice a lot more than its size.
British fashion has to be #1. You know, everybody in the whole world looks at British designers and what they're doing. Pushing boundaries is equally as important as tradition. The boundaries are there to be broken, and they accept it when you break the boundaries.
And my whole kitchen breathes this kind of culture, which is empowering young people, listening to them, working with, crediting people's intelligence.
And that energy creates a magnificent vibe. You just walk around London, and Manchester. Yeah, I mean, everything is there.
The British are the nation that champions eccentrics, and it's precisely the appreciation for those who dare to do things differently that makes this country so exciting to live in.
This is an incredibly diverse, incredibly welcoming meritocracy.
It doesn't matter where you're coming from. The only thing that really matters is what to do and how you do it.
If you're good enough, I promise you nobody stops you playing where your cricket is. Who wants you not to play if you are good enough? No matter what color you are, what nationality you are treated as a human being. If you're on this soil, you have equal opportunity for everybody.
As a young man, I want to be the chef to create this beautiful food. Voila. In Great Britain, there was far less of a structure. Okay, there was far more possibilities. Allez, c'est parti, table 2, table 2. I felt there was here a blank page on which I could write my vision.
Provided you are passionate and you do whatever you're doing with a level of excellence, however mad it may appear, then they're on board and they will support it.
You know, you're embracing the talent wherever the talent comes from. And sometimes it's from India, and sometimes it's from Russia, and sometimes it's from Cuba. So who cares where it comes from as long as it's talent?
There is almost a naturally grown attitude towards new things.
The place literally erupts with all kind of energy and all kinds of artistic endeavours.
This creativity mixed with this solid structure of tolerance and respect is actually a very good product in the end. And that's what makes it really enjoyable and a unique place.
All these young people with fresh young minds and very keen to work together. So you can't be more cutting edge than that.
You do actually have a chance here to have your voice heard.
The amazing thing about having such strong public support for the arts is that it sends out a message to audiences, to people, that the arts are important.
I have the option of choosing what path I want to go down, and that's part of the journey. I've taken that with me. Well, actually, no, it's taken me with it, you know, through music.
What's incredible in this country is whatever you do, you know that it'll be welcomed and respected, and you know, it gives you that kind of freedom on stage that you wouldn't otherwise have.
I don't look very normal. I don't dress very normal. I don't think too normal. And yet, in this country, I've been allowed to flourish.
I wouldn't say that British people are slaves to the rules. Actually, they are very creative. I think British people can get crazy.